Now we're live.
And we're live.
And we're live. We're on video. We're doing it. And it sounds great so far.
Johnny boy, I think we might have it figured out. Or at
Barely.
least you do.
I'm going to click the same button next
since
time.
episode 1.
Dude, 29 episodes now.
Yep.
And we are here.
Johnny has worked so hard to get video on this sucker. From GoPro cameras to...
I've spent way too much money to have 2, okay videos so far.
Yep.
So,
and we just ended up using a cell phone and a laptop.
Had it all
basically.
along, brother. It's all here. That's the scariest part. It's been here since the beginning. So, we're gonna let this beat drop, right?
Mm-hmm.
The guy can kind of exist until it's over.
Kind of been the song of the day.
Yeah. I don't know what YouTube's gonna do with this, but I'll just take the first 15 seconds off.
Okay.
Or not. I don't care. What do they do? Demonetize us? 5 subscribers.
I watched some video last night. I think I sent it to you. It's some Survivor. Clip from Survivor.
Yeah.
Girl's talking about farting or something like that, and the guy is like,
Yeah.
And
crazy.
then this song starts to play, and they're farting simultaneously with the song. So all day this has been stuck in my head. Great song.
Great song. It's one of those that when it comes on, you just listen usually.
Mm-hmm.
You can't help it. You can't fight it. Is it coming? There it is. All right. We're doing it.
And we're back.
We are back.
Missed last week.
Yep. Good reason.
But Johnny dropped some
had
bonus.
Some archive recordings that needed to go up. So they're up and running.
Yep. They were good.
Yeah.
Talk about grip strength, sit the stand, caffeine.
Yep.
I did say just to make an addendum. I said lethal dose of creatine, but I meant caffeine. So
I had a feeling. I had re-listened, and I was like, I think
totally meant caffeine.
Meant caffeine.
Yep.
That's cool. That's fine. We know.
I don't know if there's a lethal dose of creatine. I think you're just poopy pants.
That'll be another episode. Yeah, you'll just die from pooping. It won't be the actual creatine that kills you.
Yeah, man.
Speaking of things that are going to kill us, dude.
Let's do it. I was like, come on, Johnny. What are you going to talk about now,
so,
man?
bang, sour ropes. We're on a sour kick lately. We're about to pop it off. Let's do it. Ciao. A little bit of trivia. On the last video I posted, I had to sync the audio.
Yep.
The most crisp spot of the entire podcast that I could line up audio and video was the can pop.
Mm-hmm.
It saved the day. So while it's a goofy thing we've done since episode 1, it literally was the only multi-peak spot in the podcast that could line up video and audio perfectly.
Yeah.
So I'm cool with that. It's been here all along. Again, the theme of the day. It's been here all along.
Do you know where that the idea for the energy drink thing comes from originally?
No.
No? So I haven't listened to them in a long time, but Massonomics podcast.
Okay.
They're pretty funny guys, but every episode they have a blind taste test of a sparkling water.
Ooh.
And members of their group mail in specialty sparkling waters they find.
Okay.
And so they blindfold one of the guys and he has to figure out what it is.
Well, that's the hardest part. When I'm looking at it, it's hard to tell what it is.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. If anybody wants to mail us mystery drinks, we can absolutely do that too. I'm cool with it.
Or for most of our viewers, you can just hand it to us.
Yeah, I was going to say, when you see us in the break room, just hand us one and we'll drink it. I promise.
Mm-hmm.
We won't even ask any questions.
Yeah.
You could totally murder us that way.
Yeah, we've even had international energy drinks now.
Yep. I was going to say, we need to go ahead and get a little more exotic next week.
All right.
I'm going to do some special.
See what we can do.
Yeah. I got some networks out there I'm involved in.
Yeah, man.
Some real underground energy drink stuff. I love it. So, let's recap. Last week, we were gone because you were gone.
Correct.
You were taking on what, from the surface level, sounds like a delightful retreat to one of the most beautiful places in the country.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, let's be honest, it's a terrifying ski trip down some of the most technically advanced ski slopes in the country. And you're not a skier.
I am not.
Yeah, it's not like
I'm
thing
a
you
certified Florida boy.
Yeah, it's not like you casually ski sometimes.
Yeah.
You don't ski until now.
Yep.
And you did.
I did, yeah.
And it was fun.
I was pretty damn good at it too.
Yeah, I love your style of leadership because you take things that happen to anybody and you turn them into a lesson. And this was one of those where you got to be our lesson.
Mm-hmm.
And it was very it was perfectly lined up with exactly how you presented it, right? Like everything we do, we can sort of like break it down to like the idea of a ski slope or a ski instructor.
Yep.
Like we learn at the bunny slope, we learn at the magic carpet, and then we learn to stick the thing between our legs and get dragged up the hill.
Yep.
And then eventually we're on a ski lift and we're just going, and gravity's the only thing in control.
Yep.
Kind of the same thing out here. You know, we start with some TRX, some easy kind of getting some movement evaluation, and then it turns into some more advanced or some more fundamental movements, and then we get into the fun stuff where we're stringing a couple moves together. We're learning some stuff. We're doing things. So
the
really
key
cool.
is you got to start where people are at.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like if you take somebody in and immediately put them on a bar to do deadlifts and they've never even exercised before, you're throwing them into the deep end. You know, so yeah, I mean there's 10 of us. So this was with a Genesis trip. Rodney rents this giant cabin thing in Breckenridge. About 30 of us in one house.
That sounds like a good time in and of itself.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, the worst part I was sharing with you was like sleeping at altitude. Like you're at 10,000 feet regardless.
Yeah.
Sleeping in altitude kind of sucks.
Yep.
I notice that every year when we go to Colorado to climb the mountain. And then on top of that, I was sharing a room with a bunch of other dudes in bunk beds. And they were snoring like crazy. So
yeah.
But yeah, so there's 10 of us that had never skied before. So Rodney, the first day, got us ski lessons all day.
Super cool. That's the absolute best way to do it.
Shout out ski instructors. They were freaking phenomenal. They were really good at what they did. And you could see they really took pride in what they do and they loved it. The main instructor, she talked to us like we were kindergartners.
Nice.
But like not in a condescending way.
Yeah.
It was like in a comforting, like, you know, you're going to be fine and we're going to take care of you. And I'm going to, you just, you know, we're going to get you up that hill. And
quick shout out, Jim Sanders.
Hey, Jim.
How we doing, brother? Good to see you. Dude, you're our next guest. I'm not joking. Jim is our next guest. I'm logging it right now.
Yep. So since we never skied before, they met us where we were at, which was like, how the freak do you even put the skis on?
Yeah.
You know, so we started at the most basic point, and we all throughout this day we stacked wins on top of wins on top of wins. Whether it was just putting the ski on, moving your ankles the way you're supposed to, starting to get your center of gravity, because on skis you kind of, which is unique, you kind of have to set your center of gravity forward, like over your toes. So that was a struggle for most of the people. Of course, I grew up inline skating, and I'm, you know, I can ice skate, all that stuff. So it felt really natural to me, especially, you know, like the turning and stopping. And so I probably could have skipped the lesson after like the first 2 hours.
Yeah.
But it was really excellent I didn't, because I had a moment where I was like, man, I just want to start going down.
Yeah, take me up this thing so I go down this thing.
But I was so happy that I didn't, and I stuck because just even getting on the chairlift was like, it's a process.
100%.
And if somebody is coaching you through correctly, it's not a big deal. If I was just on that lift and they're like, all right, Jimmy, we're gonna lift up the thing in a little bit, and you're gonna have to get your ass off here.
Yeah, that was my first time on a snowboard.
Yeah.
Literally, you know, my former brother-in-law, he was like, you skateboard, right? I was like, yeah, I can longboard, all that stuff. It was before I got hurt, back when I did it a lot. He's like, oh, you're going to be fine. I was like, oh, cool. He goes, only thing you have to know is the ski lift, and you'll get that figured out. I was like, okay, cool. Say less. So we get over there, and like, it's not even close to the same. I have this thing strapped to one foot, and I'm trying to like walk, and then I get over there and just scoops you up, and you're gone.
Yep.
Like, next stop is the top. So while we're riding up, he's like, so couple of pro tips, couple of pointers. Really, the only thing you have to do is not fall at the end. As long as you can make it off and out of the way, and they don't have to stop this, you're good. I said, okay. He goes, you're going to figure it out. It's going to push off. It's a little downhill. You just put a foot on and you ride. I'm like, cool. Sounds good, dude. So we have like a 5-minute ride to the top. And all I can think about is, do not fall on the end of this thing. Clear it. So I'm like, I get up there, and as soon as I start moving, I just dove off the side of it. It's like an 8-foot drop down. I just roll to the bottom of it. And I get down, and he goes, what the hell was that? I was like, did they stop the lift? He's like, no. I said, all right, cool, I did it. Like, I'm good then. And he goes, don't do that. Just try to go down. I said, nope, I'm not stopping the lift. Like, until I'm more comfortable, I'm just going to jump off the side. And, we were the last day of the season. Like there was nothing left after this. So we're in like Arapahoe Basin out in Colorado, just outside of Breckenridge. And we're like, all right, where's the bunny slopes? Where's like the greens? There are none.
It's odd.
They're like, you parked in the bunny slopes. I was like, what? They go, yeah, like all of that you're parked in is where we normally start people. So you're just gonna have to learn from here. I was like, okay, cool. So we get moving, and there's this big giant banner that says family ski area, like use caution. Like, oh, dude, that's where I'm going. I'm gonna snowboard like a child, you know. So I'm watching people go to this banner, and it's like, boom, just disappearing, like gone. I'm like, what the hell? So we get over there, and it is like, it's a hard blue from what I was explained later. Like, but that's the easiest slope they had, and it's just like, all right, so go down this, and then I'll see you at the bottom, and he's gone. I was like, okay. And it was borderline traumatizing. I came down with like scratches all over my face where I'd fallen once, and I had a helmet on, but not full face, obviously, and scratched that up. My stomach's bleeding because I slid down on my belly, all sorts of stuff. And I was like, this might get fun, but I was like, dude, just like I have classes for this, right?
Yeah. I have snowboarded before. You know, I went with my brother in New Hampshire, and he tried his best to teach me, but man, snowboarding was just super compared to skiing. Skiing, I thought was, and I've heard people say the opposite. No, snowboarding's easier, and I'm like, yeah, I've done the two. I'm like,
I rented skis in Breckenridge, and I made it about 50 feet, probably 50 yards from where I rented them. I got the boots. The guy gave me the whole rundown on how to put them on. He's like, you got a little while until you're at the lift, because Breckenridge is like a ski in, ski out, the entire town.
Yeah.
Like everywhere is connected to a ski lift, which is pretty rad. So I go down this first little hill. My feet just went two completely opposite directions. I basically straddled right into a tree, blew one ski off, almost broke my other ankle. I was like, I'm not doing this. Like I got no chance. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna figure it out. I went like another like two little pushes once I finally got my skis back on and stood up, and just like a baby deer on ice, dude. My feet are both directions. I was like, this is the worst.
Yep.
But snowboarding felt super natural.
Yeah.
Just, that's me.
I would like to give snowboarding another try.
Yeah.
But of all the people eating it on the hill, it was snowboarders.
Yeah.
Or eating it off the chairlift, snowboarders.
Yeah, and that's the
skiers. You can go straight. Just keep
that's
keep
it.
straight.
You just got to put them down and go.
Forward.
But snowboarding, you got to turn your hips.
You know, it's funny because you get like the ski lift had 6 seats on it.
Oh, dang. Yeah,
so
that's the big
if you had like the guy on the outside, he'd like take out the whole group.
Oh yeah, yep. The ski lift fails are fun. When I'm tired, when I'm ready, like I'm gonna make another run, but I'm kind of hanging out. I just sit right there as close to the bottom of the lift as I can and just watch that for 15 minutes. Like, all right, now I'm ready. Yeah, it's not so bad.
Yeah,
but
that was a good time.
Yeah.
So takeaway from the first day was just kind of you know, meet people where they're at, build up, stack up wins. You know, small wins. You know, this is all a long game. Yeah. You know what I mean? Fitness especially.
Yeah.
So you don't want to get people frustrated, especially, you know, and that's the thing is like, gym's not necessarily intimidating to us.
Yeah.
A lot of the people coming in here, they're intimidated, regardless of whether they've been in a gym before. You know, they feel out of place, they feel out of shape, and they're talking to a trainer whose specialty is fitness, and you know, it can be really intimidating. And that's how this was. Like we got our boots on, walked across the street. That to me was the worst part.
Yeah, those boots suck.
Yeah, they do. And we're looking at this big hill, and you know, it was like, I can tell you straight up, like Beth, Tammy, and I were like, we're going to give this a little bit of effort, and then we're going to go into the Maggie was the bottom place. Yeah, like hang out at the bar.
Yep.
Like never did I think that we would do what we did the next day. But so my takeaway from the second day, just to finish up with the first day, we finally get on the green hill. At the end of the green hill, there's a real steep ending section, and you can either go off to the left and go around it, or you can go down it. Most of the day we went to the left. Last bit of the day, the instructor like pumped us up, like, you guys can hit this. Like, I think it was like semi-blue, maybe.
Okay. Yep. Like a teal.
Really scary.
Yeah.
Like I went down. I was like, oh my God, that was crazy. You know. So, anyways, that's where we finished. We started on like flat ground. We finished going down this really challenging section. The next day, we do the same hill again, the same green hill as a group. Took a group picture. Blah blah blah. Everybody goes down. This is Rodney's opportunity to kind of see, like, who's got it, who doesn't.
He's got such a fun way of doing that. I love it.
Yeah.
It's like climb a 14,000-foot mountain or throw yourself down a 14,000-foot mountain.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, I think it's great.
Yeah, that's how he gauges like how worth you are investing in, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And so everybody makes it down. We go down the steep section, still kind of crazy, but then we get on a lift, go up 13,000 feet or something like that to Blue Hills. And the minute we get up there, Johnny, it was like equivalent of a hurricane.
Yeah, you showed us a group picture, and only you were in it. And then until you explained that there were people in that picture, I was like, I thought it was a cool selfie.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are people back there. You can barely see it's like Yetis in the background. Like, just
about blew us over.
Yeah.
It was like legitimate 50, 60 mile an hour gust. It had to have been with snow. And we're standing at the top of this lift like, dude, are you serious? And we're like, just like you were saying, you look over and you just see the crest of the hill and then nothing. And first hill we go down, it was sketchy as hell. Like there's lots of moguls and very steep, very long. Like I got down the bottom of that and I started picking up some major speed, even going side to side. And the hill was so busy that you couldn't take big side to sides, like to really slow yourself down. So you had to kind of keep it short and like really quick and agile. And I got down the bottom and I was like, oh my God, this is way too much. And I'm watching Beth come down. I'm watching Tammy come down. Beth ate it. Tammy ate it. Half the team ate it. Like I was the first one down too, just because 250 going downhill.
I was just going to say, yeah, you got momentum on your side.
Yeah, and I barely made it down. And so we're waiting there, and I'm like, I'm all praying is like, I hope that it doesn't get any harder than that, And we get Tammy and Beth get down, and they're looking at me like, we're going back down. Like we are done.
Well, yeah, at some point you're gonna.
There's no way. This is not cool. We're going back to the first hill from yesterday, right? Yep. So, anyways, I was telling you about one of the club managers, and I don't mean any of this in a negative way. Okay, so it's just a story time. The wind calms down, and we can start seeing people on this hill again, and we see someone walking down, holding their skis.
That's the saddest thing ever on a ski slope.
So we're looking. It's one of our guys.
Oh no.
He's completely frustrated. And I was rightfully so.
Yeah, understandable.
I was like, maybe Rodney will tell us all to go back to the other hill.
Yeah.
So he comes down, he throws his skis in the ground. He's like, this. He's like, this is bullshit. Like pissed. Rodney's like, come over here.
Oh no.
Had a little talking to him. Then they start doing buddy skiing. He has Rodney's in front. He's the guy's holding Rodney, I think, or vice versa, whatever. And he's like trying to coach him, like, dude, just pizza.
Yeah, pizza and French fries.
Just pizza. You're going too fast. Pizza. It's not a big deal. And then they both fall down. And anyways, the guy ended up skiing the rest of the day, so we were proud of him. But long story short, like how incredibly challenging this first hill was. By the end of the day, everything seemed doable.
Yeah.
We went back. We finished the day by doing another group ski on the first green hill that we, conquered the first day. In that steep section, it was like nothing.
Yeah, it's fun now.
It was amazing.
Yeah,
So my takeaway from that was just like, whatever, like hard or challenging, it's all a perception, right? What you think is hard, Johnny, I might not think is so hard. Or what I think is hard, you might not think is very hard.
Yep.
And what was hard one day was really easy the next day. But it was only because we were pushed. Had it been up to Beth, Tammy, and I, we would have stayed on that one green hill all day. And we'd have had a great time, of course. It'd been fun.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Probably would have spent more time at the Maggie.
Yep.
But Rodney being Rodney, who he is, there's one point where Beth was super done. Like at this one point, right? We had skied down this hill. We went up to a new hill, opposite side of the mountain, because it was so busy on this one. He wanted to go. So we're in the what'd you call those things? Where you stop and have hot cocoa.
Oh, like the chalets or something like that?
I don't know. That sounds good.
That sounds cool, right? Yeah.
It's like some big place that got a bar inside.
Yeah.
Food.
Yeah. Like a mountainside food court.
So we stopped there for a second, and everybody's like, all right, we're going to do a couple more runs while Rodney goes. Tammy had somehow gone down the entire mountain by herself. I don't know how she made it. Like you have to know where you're going, right?
Yeah.
And so Rodney went down to pick her up and bring her back. So everybody else was like, we're gonna do a few more runs in this one hill, and Beth and I are like, no, we're probably just gonna hang out here. Like, no, come on. They're like,
get some chicken tenders. Yeah.
So we do it. We come back, and then the whole group's ready to go down this new run. So there's a family. I forget how this went. One way was like a family way. One way was like a challenging way.
Okay.
So Beth, Tammy, and I are like, yeah, family way. That sounds good.
Yep.
Rodney's like,
family sounds
calls us out. Boom, boom, boom. Left. Boom, boom, boom. Right. Boom, boom, boom. Left. And we're like, can we go?
Left, yeah.
He's like, no, you're going down that way. You can do it. Like pushing us to try this challenging thing. So we make it down that, and then the next section was like a couple of the guys want to go back down. I forget why they were going down, but Beth was like, I'm going with them. And then like half, there was like probably 15 of us at this point in this one group. Preston, the VP of Fitness, is like, Rodney wants us to go this way because we're going to meet back up top to have lunch. And then Jose, VP of Sales, same thing. These guys are all like, we're going back down to the Maggie, down at the bottom. Beth's like, yeah, I'm going that way. So we start going off, and I think Beth went down to the bottom of the mountain. Well, next thing we get down back to the ski lift to bring us back to the lunch meeting spot or whatever it's called, the chalet.
I think I might have just
like an onion
chalet.
Yeah. It's a cabin of some sort.
Some sort, yeah.
Yeah. And next thing, here comes Beth, and I was like, oh my God, Beth, you came. She's like, yeah. She's like, we stick together. And I was like,
nice.
All right.
That's awesome.
So all of that was just like, we accomplished so much, and like there was just so much personal growth. Because I was sharing with you guys, I was like, I don't remember the last time I put myself in like physical danger.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I'm only 36, and I had that moment of like, when I was younger, I wouldn't really have thought twice about it. Like I definitely get nervous about it, but I really wouldn't have thought twice about it.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, man, I'm only 36. I'm not like a 70-year-old person. Like I should. Yeah. And if it wasn't for everybody pushing us, like we would have stayed on that little hill. You know what I mean? So it was cool. Like we had such a good time. Nobody got hurt. Did some things I thought I'd never do. Just awesome.
No, that's great, dude. I love to hear it. And again, that's such a cool way of like, again, like you said, like he kind of evaluates like the worth of investing in people. Like if you're willing to follow me down up this mountain or down this mountain, and you're willing to go where I ask you and push, when you don't want to, like that's a great indicator of how well you can do, like business wise, probably too.
Yeah.
And it's like I said, it's so cool how he's sort of cultivated that as his proving ground.
Mm-hmm.
Like it would be easy to look at spreadsheets and numbers and go, yeah, you guys are doing great. You're killing it on numbers, like whatever. But like, all right, you're great at that. Come out here. I want to see when it gets real. It's easy to go like, oh, you're great at member retention, whatever. But like when death and or mismemberment or like dismemberment are on the line, like how do you perform then?
When times get tougher, you're going to quit.
Yeah.
Or you're going to find a way.
Yep.
And there's lots of ways to lead. I've known a lot of great leaders, and they all lead a little differently. But one of the cool things that I think is important with being a leader is you have to be a leader, but to be a leader, you also have to be a really great follower.
I would agree with that.
And there's a couple dichotomies that I kind of seen. Like one, Rodney not giving me the option to go down the easy route of this one hill.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn it. But, I don't say, I'm just like, all right, if he believes I can do it. And this is where we as personal trainers or coaches, like I can't remember how many times that I would do something or push harder because somebody else believed in me, not myself. Like believing in myself usually isn't enough. But when other people believe in me, I'm more likely to give my best effort or try, right? And then on top of that, Preston, I think, he's my direct boss, right?
Yeah.
He felt kind of, he wanted to make sure that I was successful.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yep.
I'm one of his peers that was there.
Yeah.
He says, all right, Jimmy, going down with you. I'm going to follow you. I'm like, all right. So he didn't, like, he could ski he could do the mountain 4 times to my 1, but instead he's going to follow me. He's going to be at my pace. Let me lead the way. So I thought those were pretty cool. I was like, this is what good leaders do. Like they don't leave you in the dust. And like your friend was like, all right, Johnny, go for it, brother.
Yeah. Yep.
So I was like, no, you're not taking the easy route here, but also I'm going to follow you, make sure you get down all right.
Yep. Yeah, I'm taking the hard route with you.
Yep. So that was cool. Yeah. I genuinely like and respect all of our leaders that we have in the company. They live the mission. They're about it. They're always there to support you, but they're also there. Some people don't like to be pushed. In our last company, I would say there wasn't a ton of pushing going on.
Yeah.
This company definitely pushes, but it's for a reason because it's, like how else do you grow? And we're not just talking business, but personally.
Across the board. Yeah. Yeah. Other than the IT department, I do like everybody that kind of works from the corporate level here.
Yeah.
I've had plenty of opportunity to work alongside of them while we were moving the other gym that we don't work at. But working alongside those guys was great because they were there, they were lifting, they were pushing, they were pulling, they were doing everything they expected us to do. They were doing it with us.
Yep.
And that's just such a good vibe to know that at the end of the day, they've probably been exactly where we are, doing exactly what we are.
Yep.
And they have very reasonable expectations coming from the same place. It's not like they were just pushed through, because they had a degree or something. Like these guys, we're all kind of forged in that same fire.
Yeah, even at high, VP levels, they're still picking up dumbbells and lifting equipment.
Yeah, the guy that owns all 80 of these was carrying things up the stairs with us. You know what I mean? Like that to me is like, all right, I'm here. Like I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
I would never question if he weren't there, but with him being there, just solidified every bit of what I thought I knew about him. I was like, dude, this guy's the real deal. So it's cool. He sort of knows who I am, which is good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like he doesn't.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah, that guy. You're the guy that told me that my sign I was hanging up was crooked. yeah, that was me. But again, I want it to look good too. I don't even work at this building, but I wouldn't be able to sleep at night if that sign went up crooked without the proper things in place. And he even took me aside later and, hey man, thanks for making sure that went up right, because there's a lot of people that would have just let me do what I was doing. And you actually like stopped me and told me, better, and it needs to be better. I was honestly terrified I was about to get fired, but
yeah, me too. I didn't want to tell him. I was like, I kept hinting like, hey, you want me to go get a drill?
Yeah,
because he's using a screwdriver to pop a hole.
Yeah, he's just punching holes in drywall with a screwdriver. And I'm like,
brand fresh new drywall and paint.
But we could drill a hole.
Yeah.
And then finally, I was like, dude, we have to put the standoffs in there. Like, we can't just glue that thing to the wall. He's like, what do you mean? I was like, well, let's go behind it. And he's like, oh, show me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me do my thing real quick.
Yeah.
So it was cool. Like I said, again, that was a very big like aha moment where I was like, we do have like some pretty legit leadership above us that is open to doing the work, but they're also open to hearing input on how it can be done better, and that's really cool.
Another interesting thing we did, everyone said even there it sounded like a cult, but in the cabin after Saturday skiing the second day, we turned all the lights off. And everybody had to hold a candle. And I don't remember exactly the questions that were asked, but everybody goes around, gives their spiel, you know what I mean? And I made a couple funny remarks, whatever.
I would have been so bad at that. I'd have been sent home probably.
Yeah.
Like I know me. You can go to bed. We're done here. Yeah.
But one of the fitness managers, he shared kind of his struggle. It can be a tough position, especially when you're trying to lead and motivate and influence other people. It can be challenging, right? And he shared he has imposter syndrome a lot. And that kind of like hit home with me a lot because like I do too. I've been fitness manager for quite a while, like I forget exactly 8 years or so. And I still get imposter syndrome. And I get imposter syndrome like arm wrestling. Like even when I was powerlifting, even though I was stronger than most people, like I still felt like, do I belong here?
Yep.
And I thought more about it, and I think imposter syndrome and Johnny, I think I wanted to kind of talk to you about this as far as like seeing yourself more as a personal trainer.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's definitely a thing that I struggle with nonstop.
But I think imposter syndrome is because you care about whatever you're doing. You know what I mean? And who you're representing. And so I kind of wanted to talk to him, pull him aside and be like, dude, that's good.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
if you don't have imposter syndrome, I think either you're cocky or
Yep.
you're completely ignorant of your surroundings. But I think imposter syndrome shows a really strong level of care.
Yeah.
You know, like, am I doing the right thing?
Big time. Like being part of such a successful team here, you know, it happens a lot where it's like we go over numbers and we go over who's absolutely crushing it, who's doing this, who's doing that. And, you know, a lot of times like I'm sitting there like, oh, man, like I'm just glad they ain't found out I shouldn't be here yet. You know what I mean? And it's like I have to sit back and remind myself, no, I am like while I am not the most sales oriented trainer, while I'm not like the top dog on numbers, I do have like a role here. I have a position that I fill, and I think I do a pretty good job at it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's important to like again feel that, I think, because you're right. It does kind of show you how much you care. You're like, this is a world class team of absolute professionals, and like I need to make sure I belong. You know, it's not that I don't belong, but I need to make sure that I'm working to maintain my spot. A lot of times is what it does for me. I'm like, okay, I got to get my stuff together. Like I am on one of the best personal training teams in the entire country, if not the world. I don't know if we have international numbers.
We'll just call it that.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's just like the NFL champs or world champs. Yeah, we are the world champs of personal training.
To our 7 listeners, we are the best.
Yeah, and all 7 of them are part of that team too, so they're going to agree with us, which is even better. But yeah, so yeah, I think you're absolutely like dead on with that imposter syndrome. I think those come with like a level of care and a level of like self-reflection. Like again, just like you said, anytime I meet somebody that's like, man, I got this, I'm killing it, I'm the best there is. It's either they don't understand like how far off they are, or they're that cocky that like they don't realize that like you could do more sometimes. You know, I don't know. It's a weird vibe to like say people are.
Well, I think here, like we've always taken great pride on having a white belt mentality. Like no one here is any better than anybody else, but everybody has their own unique knowledge and skill set when it comes to personal training or leadership or whatever it might be. And, you know, like I was talking to Joey earlier, he's sharing some of his goals for next year. And basically it was like, well, I just want to learn as much as I can. And, you know, you learn this one thing. And of course, whenever you learn something in fitness, it's like, this is the thing. And I learned that a long time ago that it's not.
Yeah.
However, I can learn a little bit from that. And I can learn a little bit from this, and I compare the two and make something really great. And you always have to learn. There's not one good way. Like, however, like people try to figure out like, what's the way that Jimmy leads? I don't even know, to be honest. I do Jimmy stuff.
Yeah.
But I watch other people. I watch my bosses. How do they lead? What are they good at? Like maybe I should incorporate a little bit of that or try that. You know, but I'm not going to fully mirror somebody else, but I'm going to take away the good attributes that work well with the way that I do things. And, you know, that's the way life should be, really. You know, so I just think that's real healthy. You know, if you ever feel like you're getting imposter syndrome, like I would argue that that's probably a really good thing, because if you don't, you know, that's kind of scary, to be honest.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine just like, man, I'm killing it, dude.
Now, if I was going to fight Gable Steveson, I don't want to have imposter syndrome.
I don't want
to
feel like I shouldn't be here.
Yeah, that's, for sure. That's maybe a little different.
And that's the thing, you know, Kevin is one of those guys that like he walks in the room and he knows he's supposed to be there, and he's trained for a completely different way of life, and it carries over and it translates and stuff, and it works well for him. Like he does kill it. He's killing it, you know, at new members. He's killing it at sessions. He's doing well with that. He got to fight in arguably one of the most talked about MMA bouts of the entire year, if not the last couple of years. You know, so huge, you know, reason for him to be very sure of himself. And he consistently backs it up. You know what I mean? Like he earns his right to be very sure of himself. He's tried himself in every arena possible, you know, from the Army to, you know, world-class rugby player to fighting under, you know, some of the brightest lights imaginable in MMA. It's like, all right, if this guy feels like he shouldn't be somewhere, there's something weird going on, you know. He's been there. He's done some stuff. So he's a little bit of an outlier on that, you know.
And I think just in the process of actually going into a fight, you know, like that's the last place you want to start doubting yourself. But I know Kevin also
Yeah.
is a white belt. Like he's always trying to learn and be
Oh,
better.
100%. Yep.
Sharpen his blade. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so cool. I love, one of my favorite parts of this job is when we're out there on the floor doing our thing. I can only count 7, 10, 5 reps so many times. I find myself looking around a little bit,
Mhm.
and I'll see somebody doing something that I had never seen them do with their clients before, that maybe I had done the week before, or, we all have like a thing. We all
Yep.
have something like it's our go-to move. It's our go-to thing.
Mhm.
And I always love seeing somebody else like trying somebody else's go-to move. They're not taking it. They're not saying like I invented this. I didn't, but it's like I
Mhm.
think this could benefit you. I've seen someone else do it, and I am cool reaching out of my comfort zone to try something new with you.
Yeah.
And we see it with everybody all day long. It's so cool.
Many years ago, it wasn't like that.
Yeah.
The training team, when I first started here, it would be kind of like, they're doing my exercise. Who the hell do they think they are?
Yeah, right.
Like you own the exercises.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like I always took it as a compliment.
Yeah,
Like,
could you imagine if I was the only one allowed to touch kettlebells out there?
Yeah.
Or I threw a fit? Like,
no, that's my thing. Don't steal my niche.
Other than like the kettlebell I want not being there when I go for it,
Mhm.
other than that, I love seeing kettlebells taken off the rack.
Yeah.
Because like not like I've done something incredible, but I can say with almost complete certainty, like when I started here, just as a member,
Mhm.
there was never more than like 2 kettlebells off the rack, and I usually had 2 of them.
Yeah.
Like I would dust them off when I'd go get them. That was a part of my fit floor thing when I was doing that, and just seeing a more open appreciation of the kettlebell and what it can do for us, even if it's just because the other thing we were looking for is gone.
Yep.
The fact that we're all just willing to go grab them now is awesome to me.
Yeah.
I love seeing the turf is cut out almost in a half circle around the landmines that we mounted to the rack.
Yep.
Because everybody's cool shoving a barbell in and figuring out what this thing does.
Yeah.
Like it's awesome. It's so cool because most people you talk to, like, we're gonna do some landmines today. They're like, what is that? I thought this thing. I'll tell you all about it. I'm like, I've never seen this before. And there's 4 trainers doing it in 4 different corners of the turf right now, and I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Like I love that. Keep the machines for the people on their own. Like we're over here doing a really great job with all this fun stuff.
Yeah.
It's so cool seeing people get closer to the turf. Trainers that have been very, very traditionally machine trainers, they're getting closer. They're coming over to the edges. We see them out there every once in a while. If they do, we'll make room. We got room. Let's get you out here.
And I have the numbers to back it up, and I've coached several people on this, but people that use machines more often have lower retention rates.
I could only imagine.
Yep.
So
they're
just
throwing that out there.
Kind of easy to figure out.
Yeah.
The machines are made to be kind of easy to figure out.
Yeah.
Once they realize you're just walking them from machine to machine and counting reps for them, I haven't met anyone yet that isn't capable of counting to 10.
Yep.
They start to realize real quick, I'm paying you a lot of money and you're changing a pin and counting to 10 for me.
Yep.
I can do that. But when I'm challenging you with new exercise, I'm paying attention to movements and I'm paying attention to positioning and I'm coaching you through a new scary movement.
Yep.
I suddenly become significantly more valuable.
Yes.
It's weird how that works.
Well, going back to the hill, them pushing us to try something really hard, by the end there's this gratitude and satisfaction and dopamine rush and you feel amazing, like, wow, I did that.
Yeah.
And that's what we should be doing with our clients.
Yeah.
Like I used to always, when I would start a new client, I'd start with the basics, like hip hinge, all that, like build them up to a kettlebell deadlift, start with the 20 pounder, like let's see some good movement. And then I point, see the 100-pounder? They're like, yeah. Like, not today, but we're going to lift that. Like, no way I'm not. I'm like, 100. If you can walk through the front door, you can pick up the 100-pound kettlebell.
Yep. It's crazy because that is like one of my favorite things to do. It's like one day, exact, almost verbatim. It's like, all right, today we kind of struggled with the idea of you being capable of picking up this 20-pound kettlebell, right? Yeah, I said I have zero doubt in my mind by the end of our 12 sessions, when we get to that last one, I guarantee you to pick that 100-pound up.
Yep.
I'll probably do it today. But they don't even want to fathom the idea of a 100-pound kettlebell deadlift. So I give them 6 weeks. You know what I mean?
Take the baby steps.
And I love just
stacking
sneaking
wins
in that next one. Like, wait a minute, that's not what we did last week. I said we're not the same person we were last week. We're gonna lift a little heavier today. And they pick up a 45 all of a sudden. It's like I never picked up more than 30.
Yep.
Like, well, guess what? Next week you're gonna find a 50 over here.
Flat ground, bunny hill, intermediate hill, green hill, blue hill.
We're going black diamond, baby.
What's next, baby?
Yeah, we're going black diamond.
Yep.
So it's, again, I love that correlation the other day in our meeting and our surprise baby shower. That was super fun.
Yeah. Congratulations, Erica.
Yeah, Erica having baby number 2.
She said she was surprised.
Good.
She had no idea.
Yeah, because I went to a surprise birthday party Saturday night, and he was not surprised.
Oh.
He was annoyed,
yeah.
which is hilarious because that's very much his mentality. But he's like, just for future reference, if you're going to a surprise party, do not ask the person the party is for what they're doing tonight or if they have any plans tonight. Because after the 5th one, I realized I'm doing something tonight, whether I know it or not.
Yeah.
He's like, so all of you checking in on me gave this whole thing away.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to pretend to be surprised. I'm going to have a good time with my friends, but you guys suck. I was like, man, and I was so glad the party was over because all I wanted to do was talk about going to the party and how excited I was to go hang out with everybody.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't say anything.
Yep.
I went ghost on our group chat for like 4 days because I knew I was going to give it away.
Yeah.
I remember how much fun I had at my surprise party that you were at
because
it was literally the worst birthday ever until I pulled in my driveway.
Yeah.
I was mad as hell.
Yeah, you were.
You know? And like the overwhelming like joy that like not only did my family think to put this together for me, not only did they work very, very hard to keep it a secret, but like all these people cared enough to show up and kept it a secret. That was so cool. Like if you've never been thrown a surprise party, do it for somebody.
Yeah.
It's cool, man. Like it's such a fun thing. But
challenging though.
Yep. It is, because man, it's just we're all so connected nowadays. So I imagine like in the 80s, that was super easy.
Yeah, no one had cell phones or anything.
You couldn't really talk to each other
media.
until you saw each other. It was easy. Yep. But now it's
like we created a separate WhatsApp chat without Erica.
Yep.
And I thought surely someone's going to type some shit in the wrong group.
Because we've done that before.
Yep.
We've kicked people out of the main group chat to talk about them for an event or something, and we put them back in like, hey.
Yeah, I forget what that was, but they're like, hey, I was deleted from the WhatsApp. I was like, oh, my bad.
Yeah, whoops.
I was like, all right, nobody say anything after this point.
Yeah, exactly. He's back in 5 minutes. Everybody say what you got to say.
What party?
Yeah, exactly. So I'll bring the chips. Yeah. But no. So it's super cool we pulled that off. I thought that was great.
Give you a shout out.
Okay, I'll take one.
Talking about the imposter syndrome, and I think you definitely went through a spurt of that, like where you weren't sure this was for you. And
yeah, that's true.
But Monday when you weren't here, everybody in the break room was just bragging about how great of a trainer you are.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Because there are times where, again, I feel like I'm faking it till I make it.
Yep.
But like, we have such a supportive team here. Like they are really cool. Like Melissa, who's in the room right now, whether you can see her or not, she is one of the like best team players out there. She constantly reminds people of how like good they're doing and how much she admires the way they do stuff.
What a brown noser.
I know, right? If she wasn't here, I'd say it anyways. It just couldn't have been better timing, But yeah, so cool. I appreciate that. I do the Group X stuff. I got a few classes. Apparently, I'm a boxing coach now too.
Yep.
Promoted, pretty neat. But balance and mobility. I took it because there was a need for somebody to do it. I was like, I'll coach it for at least this quarter. I'll figure it out. And really, that was one of like the biggest imposter syndrome moments I've ever had.
Yeah.
I'm up here in front of, at the time, it was like 15, but that class has grown to max capacity twice a week, every week. This week's a little weird because it's the worst week in fitness. Like we all know it. It's right between Thanksgiving and Christmas. Everybody gave up. But normally it's like 50 people. I'm up here like trying to, teach these people how to like gain some mobility and balance better and all this stuff. And I'm like, I've never struggled with that. I've never really thought about that as like a goal, but I'll come up with something.
Mm-hmm.
And, constantly I'm just like, man, I don't know if this is working. Like, they're showing up, cool, but maybe it's because I'm fun and I'm, treat my stage spot like a stand-up comedy routine. Like, I have a good time.
That's what I did.
Yeah, the other day, the lady, one of the ladies in class grabs me when it's done. She goes, hey, real quick. I said, yeah, what's up? She goes, I just wanted to tell you, like, this class has been excellent. I was like, oh, thank you so much. She goes, I didn't know it was working until the other day. She's like, I literally was stepping over a curb. just like you said I'm going to, and just like you've told me to.
How'd you know that?
I lifted my foot and, presented, kind of heel first. I didn't let my toes drag. She's like, exactly what you said. If my toes had caught that curb, I would have been whipped over straight onto my face.
Mm-hmm.
But since I raised my toes and used a flat foot to step onto that curb, I was able to trip and catch myself and stabilize. And just like you said, I found myself in sort of that weird, like, back lunge position, and I built the strength through your class to stand up. I didn't even fall.
That's awesome.
I was like, dude, that's killer. Like, that's what it's all about. Like, that class, I don't push them any harder than they want to. I use, like I always say, it's a choose your own adventure style.
Yeah.
You got 40 seconds. You want to do 20 reps or you want to do 10? I don't care.
Yeah.
Meet you where you are.
And we shared the stats on falling.
Yeah.
I guess the last bonus.
Yep.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
So you might have saved your life, John.
I might have. That could have been a TBI waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Because we worked on some balance. We worked on some strength in the lower body, which is the biggest indicator of our likeliness of falling.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was cool. It's one of those where I was
awesome.
like, I guess I am a little bit of a balance and mobility guru.
Yeah.
And then I almost murdered 9 people in a boxing class last week. So
yeah.
Apparently they do a little more technique work, not so much boot camp with punches as I was told. But they did show up and they almost successfully completed a boot camp with some punching in it. So
how many are registered today?
I got to look. We'll do it right now. We'll do it live.
Yep.
So
Johnny's covering for our boy Mark.
Yep. Shout out Mark.
Mark's the man. Mark is probably the nicest guy I ever met. He thanks me every day.
Yeah.
Being on the team.
Dude, such a nice guy. Like, yeah. And it's funny because he could probably murder you with his hands.
Yeah. And
you wouldn't guess it. But like when he starts talking, you're like, oh,
yep.
He might be able to murder me with his hands. All right, we lost 2 from last week. I had 9 last week. I got 7 this week.
Okay.
But it wasn't announced that I was teaching it until today. So I'd be interested to see how many unregistrations they had today.
I didn't come here to work out.
Yeah, I just wanted to put on some gloves and look cool.
Yeah.
And we'll do that too, but you're going to sweat while you're doing it.
Oh, yeah.
It was cool. There were 2 dudes in there that were absolutely, like, going for it. Like, I was so impressed. Because I don't think it's what anybody came into that room to do. And these guys are like, oh, hell yeah, dude. I was like, yeah, just give me what you got. You got 4-minute rounds.
Give me what you got.
1-minute break. And they're over there just, knocking the bag over on the spot where I told them to hit it hard.
Yeah.
They're hitting it so hard they have to move to the other bag because one fell over and they go stand it back up. I was like, dude, this is killer. And I had another guy that just kind of wandered around the room.
Yeah.
He just like, and then
see you later.
Move around another spot. I'm like, whatever, dude.
Yeah.
You're moving. I'll take it.
Yep.
So, yeah, real fun. But we'll see what that does today again.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
Proud of you, though.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Yeah. And again,
I do enjoy seeing you here more often.
Yeah. I don't like how early it is.
Yeah.
But I'd rather it be early than late.
I like the early bird now.
Yeah. Like my average day starts at 6:30 now.
Yeah. That's great.
Good for you. Good. It's good for me. Yeah. I'm still learning to sleep at night. Because I am notoriously like a night owl. Like I'll just sit up on my computer doing stuff until like 2 a.m. And now I have to wake up at 5.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's like 11. I better get to bed. Last night I was playing PGA Tour on my PlayStation 5 for a little while. I looked down and I was like,
that sounds lame.
It's so much fun. It's all the best parts of golf without like having to go out and do it.
Yeah.
It's like it's peaceful. It's nice. The screen is pretty.
Yeah.
My little unwind sometimes. But like everything else, I turn it into too much. And I'm in there like, I got to finish this round. I'm playing in the, AT&T Pro-Am. I got to finish the weekend. I'm up till like 11:30. I was like, all right, shut this thing down.
I was up late researching. I think I was telling you yesterday the Remarkable pads.
Oh, yeah.
Telling you about that?
Yep.
So Beth was interviewing this lady to be a fitness advisor, and she has like this, kind of looks like an iPad, and she's like drawing on it. But it doesn't, I've seen people do that with iPads, and I tried it. I didn't like it. And I kept looking over. Beth's like, you need something? I was like, no, I just need to know what that thing is.
Yeah.
And the lady showed me, and she had me write on it. It felt just like pen and paper. Because I like pen and paper. Like when I do my workouts for my clients, I tried the iPad with Excel and Google Sheets and stuff, and I just don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I like the free form where I can write what my brain wants. I don't have to figure out how to make it look like that or be coherent in Excel and remember what the hell little abbreviations mean. So I was researching them all last night, and I thought, my God, this might be the answer. Like where I don't have to have 17 folders. Yep. I don't have to have a separate notebook to keep track of like one-on-one meetings or what we covered in our team meetings or our corporate meetings. You can just write, draw, erase. You can send it to a folder, separate it all on this device. You can email it. It'll put it into a text format if you want.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, that thing's awesome. So I could still go out and write like I do with my clients, but I could keep it organized.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I was talking to Jen about last night, and I was like, man, they're like $500. So I was like,
yeah. But again, I mean, that's just such a cool interface because, like, clearly I'm very tech friendly. I'm wearing a computer on my face. I've got all this crap. I love technology. But at the end of the day, if I'm really trying to, like, convey a point or really, like, put something down, it's pen and paper for me.
Yeah.
I have that connection. I love it. And it, like, I see everybody carrying iPads around, and they've got, like you said, like spreadsheets and all that. Dude, like, you want me to ruin a workout? Have me try to run Excel while I'm paying attention to what you're doing physically. I can't do it. But just scribble it down. I'm good. I know exactly what I wrote. I know what I meant by that, and I can come back to it later if I need to.
And I think the big thing for me when I'm, because I watch a bunch of comparison videos of like, what's the benefits of using this than using this app on your iPad. And I think you were even talking about, you put a screen on your
I've tried
iPad.
A bunch of mine,
that
with a
felt
screen
like pen and paper.
Yep.
The big difference for me, I think, is focus. So like, say often I'll drive home and I think about different topics that would be cool for us to talk about.
Yeah.
And I'll put it in the notes section. Problem with that is I open my phone and my fingers immediately go to email, check my work email. Like I do that.
Yep.
I do that unconsciously.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
my work's important.
People ask me
but I don't have to
glasses.
check it every time I open my phone.
Yeah. Every time people ask me about my glasses, I tell them my favorite part of them is it's one step less in my phone. Like I get notifications up here. It gives me a quick heads up. Just enough to know if I need to look or not.
Yep.
Chances are I don't.
Yes.
I did the watch for that, and it took away 50% of my screen viewing. But the worst part about the Apple Watch is the best part about the Apple Watch. It's so connected to your phone that like it gives you just enough on this that you really want to go to your phone and see what else is there.
Yeah.
You know, like our WhatsApp chat, I get a notification every time somebody posts.
Yep.
But my watch doesn't tell me what it says.
Right.
So it goes to here. These don't tell me what WhatsApp is doing. So I don't get inundated with WhatsApp. I get to focus on paying attention to my client. If my wife texts me or something, I get a quick, like, Bing sent a text message. Okay, cool. I'll check in a little bit.
Yeah.
I know I've got something to look at later. But I don't have to get pulled into my phone.
Yep.
It's nuts, like how much
it's easy
time
to get lost. Yeah, like I go in there to like, drop a note, and I'm like, next thing I'm on Instagram, I'm like, what did I open this thing up to do?
Yep, like I wish, because we get screen time notifications. I wish it gave you like a screen thread where it was like you start here and you end up here. Yeah. Like every time you open your phone and go from text messaging, you immediately go here. Yeah. Because I would be able to eliminate some sort of
It's like really unconscious too.
Yeah.
Like literally, like I know what I'm coming in for, but my finger goes boom, email.
And that's why I don't.
I'm like, well, I'm here. I might as well look.
That's why I don't do a lot of TikTok.
Yeah.
Because that algorithm is so perfectly curated to just erase your brain. You know, it's like I will get on TikTok and it's just one video after another that they picked, that they know me better than me.
Yep.
And I do love them all. They are great. I find myself watching videos of people that suck at house maintenance. I find a lot of golf on there. I don't even play golf regularly, but I want to now. You know, it's just like this constant, like, perfect algorithm where I have to turn it off because I'm like, dude, it's been 15 minutes and I don't even know where I'm at right now.
Dude, I watched like an hour of YouTube shorts of this one. He's a young guy that does framing.
Okay.
Kind of sounds like he either has a speech impediment or he's from Louisiana.
Gotcha. Same thing.
And he's like showing like, like, you see how the board don't line up? And he's like sticking a nail here, uses the hammer here, gets it lined up. And I was like, wow, that was ingenious. And then next thing he's like hanging like 30 feet in the air, setting a board, like hanging by one arm. You're like, obviously it's a stunt, but like the little tips he did, I was like, damn, that would have really come in handy when I was building my deck and stuff. Like, you know, I'm like over here, like, why isn't it like manhandling stuff?
I don't do a lot of building, but I am so intrigued by the process when it comes up on my computer or my phone. I'm like, dude, I could do that.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not going to.
Yeah.
I could, I guess. I've watched enough videos, but I'm not gonna.
Well, even then, even when you're like, I could do it, then you go to Home Depot and you're like, ugh.
Yeah.
Which board?
I need to buy $900 worth of tools
Yeah.
to do this. But
Yeah.
if I had those tools, I could do it.
Yeah, and there's only 50 types of 2x4s to choose from. Like which.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
Yep.
just, I love seeing people that have like extreme skill and knowledge, and at the end of the day, it's not that hard. Like,
and it's cool because we've all got it.
Mm-hmm.
All of us are the best at something, whether we know it or not. There's something that we are really, really good at, and I bet if we all just put it out there, somebody would find us very interesting. We try it, you know what I mean? We're making a real effort at somebody finding us interesting.
Oh yeah.
But it's cool because again, we are collectively as a team, we are pretty much the best in the business at what we do.
Yeah.
And we are all so intrigued by someone else that's the best at what they do that we don't do.
Yeah.
And it's, again, like you said, whenever we get out here and like when we're working out, people recognize us. I think they're watching that kind of YouTube thing where it's like, whoa, hold on.
Yeah.
I've seen that guy train people. Now he's lifting weights. What's he doing?
Mm-hmm.
Like I was doing my deadlifts today, and after I got my big one,
that was awesome.
I started, breaking them back down and, going back down the ladder. And Gonzo's like explaining to his lady, like, well, he worked up to that big heavy weight. Now he's taking it off and he's kind of deloading, so he's going back down the ladder so he doesn't just have this massive load and then just walk away.
That's all I do.
Yeah, right. I usually try to kind of climb back down just to, take a little tension off. But, it's just funny because she's like, what's he doing? And Gonzo's like walking her through every step of it. So he's going to take one plate off each side.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to do a few, and then he's going to take a couple more plates off. And, and it's like exactly what I'm planning to do. He's telling her exactly what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
And it's like I just was lifting some weights.
I was excited when I seen you start doing some deadlifts.
Yeah.
And then turn around, you get 315. I was like, come on, let's go, 405.
I know, right? And I had thought, like, I might get to 405.
When's the last time you done 405?
A few months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a number that, like, I posted on my Instagram. It's kind of funny. I was feeling real philosophical after I did that. It's a good day. And I hate just, like, posting videos, like, watch me lift this heavy thing.
Yeah.
But, like, a lot of times people ask me, like, oh, what are you training for? And my answer, like it's in my caption, I'm going to repeat it verbatim. My answer is always like just optimization. Like what does that mean? Like for me, like I'm truly optimized if like right now with a simple warm up, with a little build up, if I could bench 225, if I could deadlift 405, if I could hit 315 back squat, and if I can run a sub 35K, that to me is my idea of optimization. If everything I'm doing keeps me capable of doing those four things, I consider that pretty much optimized. I don't want to have to go get a special belt to put on. I don't want to have my special gloves for this thing. I want to be able to do it within a reasonable amount of time. If I walk out there and you say, hey, I need you to deadlift 405, give me like 10 minutes to warm up, I'm going to get there.
Yeah.
Let's throw some weight on the bar for a bench press. I'll get to 225 guaranteed.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to be prepped and like, major CNS stimulation and like really just, okay, it's going to be, no, I just want to go do it. That's my training, like metrics. Like, can I do all those things? Cool.
I don't have too many metrics. I just know that like I was so strong at one point that I want to maintain as much of that as I can. Yeah. And it's amazing what you maintain. Like I'd share with you before, like I'll go on a kick of deadlifts for like 6 weeks and then I won't do them for 6 months.
Yeah.
But somehow I don't seem to lose a ton.
It's funny because like I don't realize how high I hold my standard. Because for me, like not like I feel like a baby when I'm only deadlifting 405. Because I've definitely lifted heavier. But like for me, I see people like the road to 405 starts now, and it's like they're deadlifting 225 and like struggling.
Yeah,
I'm like, is that normal? And that is significantly more normal than like I'm still warming up to 315. You know what I mean? Like I realize like I hold my standards a little higher for myself.
Yeah.
And I find that like I used to do that for other people too. Like if you're not pulling 405, like we can't be friends.
Kind of like going back to the 100-pound kettlebell. Yeah. I also feel like a lot of grown men could deadlift a lot more than they think they can.
Oh, for sure.
It's a lot like skiing, right? Like I feel comfortable on this hill, so I'm not going to push to the next hill.
Yep.
Unless someone does it for me. So like when I started deadlifting, like I met Crazy Iron Man at the gym, my old training partner, and he pushed me beyond my limits. Well, at least what I thought my limits were.
Yeah.
If I didn't have somebody push me like that, probably four plates was cool. That was better than most people in the gym.
Yeah.
Let alone anybody doing deadlifts. You know what I mean? So like I probably would have hung out there maybe.
Yeah.
But because I got pushed, it's like What's the next? Let's go.
Like the first moment I knew I was going to be a CrossFit coach, we would just stay after. I would work out 8:30 in the morning on days I wasn't at the fire station, and then me and a couple people would stay after and just do whatever we wanted to. The guy that ran the place didn't care. Like, y'all have fun, do your thing. So I had missed like the deadlift portion because I was on shift late. I get there and I missed deadlifts. So I was like, yo, I'm gonna stay after and lift. Just hitting deadlifts. He's like, yeah, fine, whatever you want to do. And this guy Justin stayed, and we started warming up. 135, nothing. I get up to like 225, and he's like, oh, hold on, let's stop at like 205 real quick. Or what? He goes, well, that's like my PR. I was like, your PR is 205? He's like, yeah. I was like, dude, I know for a fact you're stronger than that. He's like,
and how much do you bench, sir?
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, if you can bench 205, you can deadlift way more.
Yes.
Let's go. So I was like, we're not stopping at 205. We're going straight 225. He's like, okay. So I was like, make sure, I went through the whole little process of keep chest up, stay nice and strong. You want active shoulders. And he pulled 225 so fast it surprised him.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, the good news is we're not done yet. Like, we got more to do. Let's go. We ended up getting from a 205 to a 365 before he even felt like real tension.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, dude, what have you been doing?
Yeah.
He's like, what do you mean? I was like, how did you determine that 205 was your deadlift max? And he goes, I just picked it up and I felt like that was enough. And I was like, but did nobody ever talk to you about like you should lift more than that, or that's not like a reason to stop? And he goes, no. I was like, all right, I got to go get certified in this. Like,
yeah,
there's a definite disconnect from where we are right now. If we're willing to accept a 25-year-old man
mm-hmm.
who's perfectly capable, physically fit, and very strong at everything else, we're cool with just stopping at 205 for a deadlift.
Deadlifting less than
out of here.
70-something-year-old granny.
Yeah, I was gonna say I got 3 clients out there that could probably pull 205 right now.
Yep.
Like it's not. I was like, man, something's wrong here.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the beginning of my arc to like coaching and training was right then. Like,
I mean, that's the biggest role that we play.
Mm-hmm. I'm a hell of a hype man.
Yeah.
That's my favorite thing.
Yeah.
Like, I love it. Let's get amped
taking them
together.
on a journey.
Yeah, for sure, dude.
I got a few minutes, Johnny boy.
Yeah.
When are you gonna release this?
No promises, but like maybe tonight or tomorrow.
Okay.
If it comes in as streamlined as I'm assuming it's going to, it's going to be up tonight.
This weekend we got Tammy and I and Stephanie go to Kansas.
Yeah. Yep.
Fly out Saturday, come back Sunday for we have our eating and holiday party.
Yep.
So I guess if people hear this beforehand, whatever, but Beth is winning some sort of an award.
As she should.
And I'm accepting Fitness Manager of the Year.
As you should.
Again.
So
last year we got Department of the Year, which I thought was really cool. Mm-hmm. First year I got Fitness Manager of the Year. This year will be Fitness Manager. So 3 years in a row.
Yep.
And I got to come up with some sort of speech to go along with it.
Okay.
All right. So my whole thing, I really don't like accepting Fitness Manager of the Year.
Yeah. That sounds like you.
You think why?
I don't know. I want to hear it from you.
I mean, it's based off of I think it's based off of this year's percent to goal. I think Department of the Year was year-over-year growth, maybe.
Gotcha. Okay.
I may be getting them both confused.
Because I could 100% see you being perfectly, like, eager and proud to accept Department of the Year.
Yes, I was very excited last year.
Yeah, but you, as solo, just Fitness Manager of the Year, I could see you having a little bit of an issue with that. Because you are very, very appreciative of the team.
Well, and it was a team effort. It's not my effort. I just happen to be the guy that's responsible for it, whether we win or we bust. Yeah. Right. So at the end of the day, I take the ownership of it.
Yep.
So part of my speech, I've been throwing around some ideas. Part of my speech was like changing the name of this
I like
award.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's the right play in front of 300 Genesis employees.
What's an idea you had for the new name?
I don't know.
Okay.
Kind of sounds like Department of the Year.
Yeah, right.
So
team leader of the year? I don't know. Again, I feel
the guy responsible for the whole team that made the success possible.
Yeah. And as a member of the team that you helped become so successful, I can wholeheartedly assure you that we would not be exactly the team we are without your leadership and the way you, I don't even like the word push us, but the way you guide us, the way you encourage us, the way you kind of help us do the best at what we do. I genuinely don't believe we would be who we are without you here helping us be who we are.
Yeah.
So while it is
I
a
accept
team
some
effort,
of that.
yeah,
I accept
think
some of that.
you've cultivated the vibe here to the point that we all believe pretty much anything is possible.
Yeah.
You know,
Could somebody else step
cool.
in and do the same thing? Like, absolutely.
Yeah, but no. You know?
Yeah, like what you said, like there's
they could do your spreadsheets,
the way that I do
your
it, but
video calls,
whatever.
Sure, but could they get this out of us? No.
Maybe they could get more. Who knows? I don't know. But anyway, so
they get more out of me.
I'm flattered to accept the award, but my speech will basically be about you guys.
Yeah.
Because
well, we appreciate it,
and I'm beyond proud to have such a great team, and we're still growing. We've got some amazing people.
One of the cool things is we all know that. We all know you're proud of us. We all know that you appreciate us. And it doesn't go, unnoticed. It doesn't go on deaf ears. We know that, like, we genuinely believe that you feel that way, which is really cool, because it's easy to get an award and go, man, I wouldn't be here without my team.
I did it.
But at the end of the day, I'm the fitness manager of the year. It's like, I know 100% you believe this is because of the team you've helped cultivate and the way you've done things here. And it's easy to go, it's them, but it's us with you. So just know
first year I was a little ashamed to bring it back, just has my name on it.
Nope.
Last year I was super pumped.
Funny, man.
Department of the Year. I was like, this is awesome.
I was listening to
So I'm trying to reframe it for myself, and
maybe
I can make
last
a change.
Little half of the episode that we did, and again we talked about like how ridiculous it was that I made it a VA event when it was actually a rec center event. So same exact thing. I told Jimmy, I was like, I want to go to the Christmas party. I'm going to start looking at flights. And in my brain, I don't know why, I don't know where it came from, but I had decided that I was flying into St. Louis. So I was like, St. Louis is cheap, dude. It's like $80 one each way. Like, I can do that. And then I was like, let me just see where the hotel is so I can see, what I got to do. And I pull up the invite email that Rodney had sent out like weeks ago. And it's in Kansas City.
Right.
Totally different airport, totally different flight. It went from like $88 each way to like $288 each way. And I was like, I'm not going to be able to make it, Jimmy. It's just too much. And he was, well, didn't you look at flights? I was like, I was looking at the wrong city. Like, I wasn't even close. Like, I would have had to rent a car. That
Kansas City Airport is like right on the border of Missouri and Kansas.
Yeah.
So I can see where you might have thought that.
Like I was like, at least I wasn't in a completely different region of the country.
Yeah.
But 100%, I was dead sure I was going to St. Louis for the weekend.
Like when you're leaving the airport, you're driving through, you're like, Kansas, Missouri, Kansas, Missouri. Roundabout, Kansas, Missouri, Kansas, Missouri, Kansas, Missouri. Yeah.
So I was like,
you're there.
But again, I did that thing that I do so well. So I will not be in attendance this year.
Well, would have been fun. The only downside is it's literally a 24-hour trip. Like Beth, Tammy, and I are going to leave here at like 3:30, somewhere between 3:30 and 4 o'clock in the morning from here, which sucks. And then we'll be back.
Go get showered,
Sunday.
Change your clothes.
Yeah, we got meetings as soon as we get there.
Yeah.
We got an hour between the party and meetings.
Oh, yeah.
It's a rush.
I would have just been wandering around the wrong city for a few hours waiting on a ride.
Yeah. Last few years we go on Friday, which is cool because you wake up, go work out with everybody at the local club.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Next year. I'll do it next year.
Yeah.
Because I know it's in Kansas City.
Yep.
Not St.
Same
Louis.
place every year.
Yeah. So cool. All right, Jimmy. Well, thanks for
Johnny
your
boy.
time, brother. Appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
Congratulations.
See you, everybody.
Great job, Brownwood.